66. Fantastic. Yep, YouTube split, but it's only split the one time. Which means I need to go into here. And now. Going on in the chat at the moment. Let's see if there's anything. Don't want to hit refresh on this version of the YouTube video because if I do, well, there's no chat in here, so it doesn't friggin' matter. Okay. And there's nothing in the Twitch chat, so I'll go ahead and hit refresh here as well. It says there's a network error. It's probably from my internet being silly. That. Oaksies, doksies. That's fun. That's my favorite. That is my favorite. Alright, so it's 66. Doesn't take up the whole page. Some of these have more space above them. Why do they have more space above them? Am I just imagining there's more space above them? Nope, this one definitely has less space than that one. There should be more space than before. I mean, that is typically how I like to space things. So I can come back and do that. I can come back and do that if I don't like the way these are turning out. So there it is again. How many? 1, 2. Looks like it's just 2 enter spaces after. All right. More of these are going to have those, aren't they? All right, let's just do the quick run through bit and then we'll do the next bit. slightly higher. Centers the sonnet as opposed to centering the sonnet and the number. So I am filling that look as I go. I wonder if I can. Oh, this is going to be good. And then I come on through and get this spacing the way I want. Yes. That should have gone all the way down the line. What? Why didn't this one get hit? I totally clicked friggin' all of these. Okay, Control C. Right? Right. So I think it does it on the ones that I can see. Okay, still quicker. See these? So it did it for some of them, but not all of them. That's so weird that it would do that. Okay, so now going back down to where okay, so I started this at sonnet 18. Okay, so now I go back up to sonnet 18. Or no, we go back to sonnet 1. And we make the spacing what I want it to be. No! Where was I? Was I on sonnet 8? Freckle frats. Or if I just did Control C, would that take me back to where I was? Yes, it does. Percafee. Alright, so I'm going to have to adjust font sizes next as well, which is fine. That's fine. So doing it one time appears to work. All right. So I'll go through and do that next time. Just don't want to leave that the way it was, because then if I went through and did edit all of them, I might accidentally overshrink that particular sonnet. Brain. Son of a bitch. Alright, so that should be able to look like that. Be able to change all the fonts in one go then. Why are you... Oh, that's the last one. Haha. So it's the last one and I forgot to do the space at the bottom. But it still looks very different from what's going on here. How did... Right? What is going on in the formatting for some of these? Do I have to go through and fix the bottom of these all over again? Oh. Did I just not go down far enough? Why does it look not as tight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 lines. Why is that so much closer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Because the spacing didn't fucking change on all of them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Go back to having every sonnet highlighted. Am I just... Did I undo the sizing change? Alright, I did the sizing change for which sonnet? So I'm going to go through these individually and change... Okay, wait. Shift. Okay, so that's that. Come back up to sonnet 1. Is it still smaller? Yeah, these are smaller. When did they get big again? That's what needs to be checked. These all say 15, but that's not where they were before. Because if that's where they were before, all of these would be lined up the fucking same, and they're not. And where the hell did that... spacing go? Oh, Jesus Christ. They're not the same font size. Something happened. To go through and just change all the font sizes manually and then add spaces at the bottom. I'm just gonna hit undo to the top of the document just to make sure that I'm on the same page with myself. Christ. Okay. Okay, it's 11:03. All right. I'm gonna have to change this to center sonnet blocks. Center sonnet text. Indent sonnets. Because I did do the proofread. I did edit the link. It is edited. It is centered. It is indented. Next, I'm just gonna have to clean up sonnet formatting. Sorry. Clean up sonnet formatting and adjust sonnet spacing. Okay. All right. It's 11:05. Sorry I'm late. The sonnets are being trickier than I anticipated they're being. I thought it would be a pretty straightforward setup in terms of reformat and just cleaning up the PDF that I have of the sonnets in order to gift it to followers of the PenroseTrekkie.com, to subscribers of the PenroseTrekkie.com. So now it is actually time for the wrap-up chat. This is the format for the wrap-up chat. It begins with a brief summary of what all I got done, with a little bit of the how and a little bit of the why, because this is me being accountable to you, getting my work done. And then I'm going to go into the chats of YouTube and Twitch and respond to all comments and all questions. So if you haven't as yet used the chat to share what you got done, you know, for your part of the accountability, you know, accountability partnering, then you can go ahead and let me know what it is that you're working on, what exactly you got done, and any questions that you have about your projects, my projects, or the creative process in general. So you go ahead, let me know in the chats what it is you got done and any questions that you have, and I'm going to give you the brief summary while you do that. So first, I wrote my daily blog post, which is titled Fairy Godmother's Nudge, and it's about how, you know, just what the job of a fairy godmother is. Like the absolute barest bones of it, with an example fable type thing at the end. So there's that. Then I queued up my next buffer posting, which is actually a link to the project page for my illustrated book of adolescent poetry, Lying to Children. At least half of the which poems are actually taken from lies adults in my family have a tendency to tell children in our family. Except the nose-picking one. That's a lie I told a child as an adult to a child that's not part of our family, but it did get her to stop picking her nose, so I'm 100% cool with it. Then I got to work reformatting a new PDF of the original sonnets for the Penrose Trekkie project. And the first thing I did there was edit the link at the bottom of the page. Before, it had this funny setup with each word of the link being a different color, but that actually pulled attention away from the sonnet, and I want the attention on the sonnet itself, which is within the gray block on the PDF. So I edited that so that it was all one color, and then I went through and I did a read-through proofreading of the sonnets in order to make sure that everything is written the way I want it to be written, so everything is clear as to, you know, what all goes in each sonnet. Then I started editing the sonnet blocks, first centering it top to bottom, and then indenting the sonnet so that they're not right up against the edge of the text blocks border. So feeling good about that. There is more finickiness going on with the font sizes than I had anticipated. So I'm gonna have to adjust that as well tomorrow. No worries there. It's, you know, it's the 22nd today, so I have a little over a week. Actually, I have more than over a week. I should have something like 10 days. Today is the 22nd. I have 11 days. I have 11 days to get the PDF squared away before it gets mailed out to the Penrose Trekkie subscribers and then set up as the Penrose Trekkie opt-in goodie. So I've got some time on that, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having that available for folks. Anywho, on to the chat for YouTube. Nothing in there. On to the chat for Twitch. Nothing in there. And it appears that we do not have any current viewers this morning, which, you know, it happens. It just means that we wrap a little earlier, and if you're watching the archived footage, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything, but thanks for popping into the archive in case you were worried that you did. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm Roaster Music, your live stream writing accountability partner, here every morning from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours of live stream writing accountability, followed by a half-hour Max Says Share, which you did wrap up chat. I love having these conversations with you about your projects, my projects, and the creative process in general. The more we can talk about those things, the more we can iterate them, telling ourselves better stories, telling each other better stories, and telling better stories together as a society, which is the underlying thread of all the things that I write, which is why I'm here on Twitch. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good journey, my friends.